I'd like to hear your opinion regarding the sabotage carried out by the Israelis on Hezbollah's radios, a blow that sent about 1,000 wounded in Lebanon to hospital today. Isn't it over, like 9, or I'm sorry, I just saw 950. Isn't it over 3,000 now? They've done this in the past. If the, people are saying that these were hacks, but I would have to see the explosions, never mind. Because I was going to say with the cell phone bombs that they blew up before, those weren't hacks. They basically managed to pass off cell phones with bombs to these people. I don't know if they did that with these pagers or not, but do you consider the recent event in Lebanon a terrorist attack, at least in nature? The conventional definition of a terror attack is usually when you're trying to attack a civilian population enough to get the opinion to change for some political reason. It's pretty broad, like what a terrorist attack can be, but like, so is Israel's attack against Hezbollah a terrorist attack? Well, I mean, you could say that they're not, they weren't against civilians, they were against Hezbollah. So would that make it a terrorist attack? Then you could say, well, no. But then you could also say, well, hold on. Are all attacks against like soldiers never terrorist attacks then? What if you blow up a barracks? You toss a grenade inside of a barracks and they're not like even at war. It's just like a training camp, right? Would that be a terrorist attack if it's against soldiers? I'm not sure. I don't actually know. And then you can also say, well, are Hezbollah and Israel ever at like peacetime with each other? Who knows? I don't know. All you should know, don't signal the peace go alarm. Terrorism or terrorist are, these are very like political, like opinion or perspective terms. They don't really have like a rigid definition at all. So it's hard. It's like whether or not something is a terrorist attack or not is kind of like up for interpretation. And it's, at the end of the day, it's not very important either. So I'm watching people blow up right now. 1 second. Oh, jeez. Oh, I feel like this has to be a JDAM. No, I'm just kidding. These were probably bombs, right? That's my guess. Jesus Christ. That dude's just open. Show us? I don't think I can show you the insides of another person like that. Most batteries would just fizzle and burn, and pager batteries are small. Oh, yeah, true. These pager batteries must be, they must still be lithium-ion batteries, right? Even because they're modern pagers, I would imagine, right? But I guess they could be like AA or something. I don't know. Do modern pagers use lithium-ion batteries? According to Sky News Arabia, Mossad was able to inject a compound of pentaerythritol tetranitrate, PETN, into the batteries of the new encrypted pagers that Hezbollah began using around February before they even arrived in the hands of Hezbollah members, allowing them to remotely overheat and detonate the lithium battery within the device. Do lithium batteries just detonate? I know that when lithium batteries explode, lithium batteries store a decent amount of energy that can come out in a really bad way. Here, actually, you guys should watch this. I'm sorry, because I still see people do this. You know, in airplanes, they say, if you drop your phone, call a flight attendant or whatever. You don't really like need to call a flight attendant if you're trying to get your phone. But the reason why they say that is because sometimes when people drop a phone, when they reach down to grab it and they can't find it, they start adjusting their seat or whatever to try to see if they can find the phone. But the problem is you can break the phone while you're adjusting your seat looking for it. And these batteries can cause like if you were to blow up a lithium-ion battery in an airplane cabin, you would fuck the flight up for like half the people. Nobody said that shit, like 50-year-old ass man. What are you talking about? What? I fly a ton. They always tell you, if you drop your phone in between the seats, call a flight attendant. That's fine. If you've never flown in an airplane before, it's okay. I will fuck your mom in the ass. I can't even say that. I can't make fun of you guys for being poor and rich at the same time. Actually, I can do that. What was the one lyric? Oh, they said I can't rap about being broke no more. They didn't say I can't rap about coke no more. I don't think that fits into anything that we just spoke about here, but fuck yourself. That one Hezbollah dude who got them a great deal on thousands of pagers.
الو صار انفجار وين الشيخ لك الشيخ معه بايجر جديده.
Were they portable bombs? Probably. They mentioned no, not mentioned, I'm sorry. This guy. Oh, it was in 96. So about 30 years ago, I think Israel somehow got this guy a phone through connections. Like he was using a phone, and I think eventually he was talking to his dad on the phone. And when Israel had an indication that he was using this cell phone to chat with them, they had a bomb in this phone that they detonated, and they blew it up. Do you know lithium batteries were this vulnerable before today? No. I don't believe that the pagers that were used were just lithium battery. Like there wasn't some day zero bullshit that you could just. There was something else put in these phones, probably, right? After the assassination of Yitzhak Rabin, I've heard Jewish people say both ways, the Palestinian Authority began to cooperate more closely with the Shin Bet. The Shin Bet learned that Ayash often spent the night in the Gaza City, home of Osama Hamad, a childhood friend whose uncle, Kamil Hamad, was known to the authorities. In October of 95, Kamil Hamad met with Shin Bet operatives demanding money and Israeli identity cards for themselves and his wives. After they threatened to inform on him, he agreed to cooperate. Shin Bet agents gave him a cell phone and told him it was bugged so they could listen in on his conversations. They did not tell him that it also contained 15 grams of RDX explosives. Hamad gave the phone to his nephew Osama, knowing that Ayash regularly used Osama's phones. At 8 a.m. on the 5th of January, 96, Ayash's father called him, and Ayash answered. Overheard, an Israeli plane picked up their conversation and relayed it to an Israeli command post. When it was confirmed that it was Ayash on the phone, Shin Bet remotely detonated it, killing him instantly. So they've done this stuff in the past. I don't think they've ever... Oh, former Shin Bet director Carmi Gillen confirmed the story in the documentary. I think generally the state won't ever confirm or deny things like this. But... How would they put something in thousands of pagers that could blow up? Do you think they were secretly involved in supplying the pagers? Yeah, my guess is probably it was like a man-in-the-middle attack, right? Something was probably compromised at some point in the supply chain, would be my guess. Wow, Thale Frastus. Thanks for the 5 gifted membership.
When you're doing intel, why don't I think that explosives were used in that attack on Team Yellow's pagers? When you're doing intel stuff, you always want to think of the most likely scenario. For example, I'm in New Mexico right now. If I heard hoofbeats behind me, I would think it was a horse, not a zebra. Number one, explosives leave a residue. And of the over 2,000 or so devices that were supposedly effective, I guarantee you, someone carrying one of these pagers got on a plane. That meant those pagers had to go through an X-ray, and they might have gone through explosive detection. And if you put a pager with an explosive through an X-ray at the airport, it's gonna alarm, and you're gonna get searched, and then you're gonna go, oh.
I mean, he could be correct on this, and he might know more about movements of different people than I would, but I don't know how much people who are in Hezbollah are like flying in planes around the world to go visit people or do things. Also, I don't know, it wouldn't surprise me if Hezbollah had decent operational security and things that they were using, like pagers for military operations, weren't taken with them on planes or anything like that. It would be my guess, but I could be wrong.
I wonder who sold us these pagers. So I don't think there was a weapon embedded in the pagers. Somehow Israel figured out how to make the pager a weapon. And since we've all seen videos where batteries catch fire, I don't think it is beyond the pale for someone to develop a software program that stressed the battery to the point where it caught fire or exploded. So think horses, not zebras, guys. And if you want to see what I'm doing, go to arrowmedlab.com.
I mean, those phones were exploding. Those were some serious holes in people's sides. It didn't look like just... I guess, I don't know. I'm saying that, but I guess what's the most brutal explosion you could induce in a... I don't even know what kind of batteries were in these phones. Were they... I think it was some kind of small lithium-ion battery, right? Or they were pagers, but... Lebanon's health ministry updates the death toll on the pager explosions to 11. Another 4,000 are wounded, including 400 in critical condition, according to ministry numbers cited by Arab media. God damn. I wonder how sophisticated the pagers are software-wise. Can you even hack something out of the early 2000s that has ancient software? I mean, whether or not you can hack something doesn't really have to do with how old or how new it is. Because like something being old or something being new can both be indicators indicating both things, right? So for instance, like you could say that old stuff could be harder to hack because these are on platforms that have been tried and tested for decades that nobody has discovered vulnerabilities for, so they're likely safe. Or you could say stuff that is older could be easier to hack because it's fallen out of support and now it's not updated. And if new like vulnerabilities are found, nobody's updating the software or patching anything. So, you know, it could be fucked. So that could go either way, you know. It also depends on how sophisticated the, like if, like I'm sure there are some, like if it's like a PCB that just registers phone button presses that goes to a card, there might not be enough functions on that to hack to overload a battery, but who knows, it's, you know. Samsung 7 phones exploding. Yeah, this kind of explosion. One, this battery is probably far larger than what's in those pages would be my guess. And this type of explosion here, I don't believe is going to cause anywhere near the damage that I was seeing on the bodies in that hospital. Like, those people had huge holes in their stomach. Like, that shit was fucked.
Getting in the toxicity, but ultimately, I do wish that there was a place that that we could, you know, go and wish that there was a place that we can go to, you know.
Wish that there was a place.
Y'all got baited by Reddit.
Bro, you neglect. There is no place.
Wukong today yet?
There's no place there's no place for Hasan to go to because Hasan doesn't give a fuck about his community. Hasan just wants to clout farm. Bro, Hasan, if you're a Hasan fan, okay, not like Hasan views you as like a disgusting fucking loser that's just there to be milked for fucking cash. Okay, that's the only thing he views you as. You're just a stepping stone for him to talk to bigger celebrities. You're just a plebeian that he's supposed to leverage to be able to play Among Us with AOC. That's why he has no fucking community. Even his fucking subreddit mod, his sub is down to like one fucking mod, and even he was complaining about this the other day, and it was like a decently at least subscribe to subreddit, but like Hasan doesn't do fuck all. So like I am a very part-time mod and I'm the only one left. I'm not making decisions on this bullshit. People don't want to mod for a sub that Hasan trashes. He had a loyal mod on here for 5 fucking years and he cleaned up the place diligently and tried to make it a place Hasan did not hate, and nothing is ever mentioned other than how horrible Reddit is. So he finally left. And now all you can have, and now you all can have the sub. I'm not taking it on. I have other projects going, other subs that I think make more of a difference than this one in helping to turn the tides of the opinions of the average human when it comes to Palestine or other fascist bullshit. So now it's an anarchist sub. You all can vote for what you want to see. I will take down blatant content policy violations to keep the sub. Yeah, but like you had a sub, like, but he doesn't do anything with any of his fucking communities ever. Like he just hates all of it. All he does, even with his own Discord, all he does is he uses his Discord to go on and vent and cry and bitch and moan about if he's not feeling like famous enough for a particular day or if somebody says something mean about him on the internet. Like this is the only community participation he has. But the reason why, though, should be obvious. It's not enough for Hasan to have like his own subreddit. He doesn't want his own subreddit. He wants more fame and more attention. So it doesn't matter if he has his own sub. He doesn't give a fuck about it. He wants LSF. He wants this entire sub. It's not enough to have his own community. He wants to be in other communities and for all those people to love him. And he's everybody to love him and all the communities. The biggest thing ever. Like, yeah, it's imagine like crying and bitching and moaning about LSF when you neglect the fuck out of your own community. Like, Jesus.
Like, and shit. Meanwhile, like, LSF is probably too busy fucking yelling about someone. It's just like, it's such a... It was deleted, the Maya one? Oh, really? LSF is...
Oh my God. He got mad at the Maya clip? What did she say? She opened Hasan's stream and he was saying something about, like, this guy says the N-word. He got mad at that?
Is done. Like, it just sucks that there's no one place that we can go to see what the fucking top clips are. But honestly, LSF is so obviously like toxic, so obviously 30 plus years old, and so obviously resentful and extremely online Redditors. I'll say it. I think Destiny's community 100% ruined it. Like they brigaded it so much that it just became ass cheeks, where you notice like anytime, like you got his clips, you got like 1,000 people watching him and his clips get like 1,000 upvotes. And it's like,
little bro, I'm barely posted on LSF. You realize they literally soft banned my content by banning politics, right? Wait, is there a post that shows who got more posts over the last year? Didn't, like, my shit is, like, soft banned from the fucking subreddit. What are you I was actually literally banned from that subreddit for, like, a year or two.
Fuck. Like,
Also, why does Hasan keep acting like he's so much younger than me? He's 2 years younger than me. I don't understand where there's like almost 40.
anytime, like you got his clips, he got like 1,000 people watching him, and his clips get like 1,000 upvotes, and it's like, the fuck? Like, I never really go on it anymore, but every now and then I'll just check in to see like if anything is popping off.
I never go in anymore, but every now and then I check. That stands for I go there every single fucking day.
And it just sucks. Like, it literally is just a rage Reddit. You know, it's sad.
I feel like we do check LSF every day, and it's like, it's usually just like random, boring OTK shit or whatever. He's using your Kick viewership to say that you're a 1K Andy. Well, yeah, I am, true. Why is he complaining about the users being 30 plus? He's 30 plus. Oh, yeah. If you ever grow out his live viewer count, he's 100% going to kill himself. Oh, yeah. But he has exclusive reign on Twitch for politics, so as long as I'm banned from that platform, his ego is safe. Plus, however much he view bots now.
In to see like if anything is popping off, and it just sucks. Like, it literally is just a rage Reddit. You know, it's sad. I think it's also botted to oblivion too. Yeah, like the phase clips would be going crazy on there normally. Like, even with drama, it's just like, anyway, I'm happy though.
Yeah, you sound like it.
I'm happy though that it like kind of blew up on its own due to all the brigading and the toxicity. But
person, he was very sensitive to disgust, you know, because you think, well, the Nazis were afraid of the Jews.
This entire drama fest started because Destiny viewers tried to pit your viewers and Ethan and his viewers against each other. It worked. They continue to do this every day. And this chat constantly falls to the bait. Yeah, exactly. And it is also because there is a real, genuine parasocial desire from people who...
99% of the time somebody throws in the word parasocial desire, it means nothing. It just, like, it literally means absolutely nothing. God, that was such a stupid word. I don't remember what video essay blew this into the fucking atmosphere for awareness for everybody, but the word parasocial is just such a mind rot.
It is also because there is a real, genuine parasocial desire from people who consume a lot of this content, whether it be just Ethan or myself or both, to like constantly cover a issue of real geopolitical significance, an issue of genocide, but from this incredibly narrow framing of like, what does this content creator think about this other content creator? As I always say, drama makes boring subject matter incredibly consumable.
The reason why drama works, he has it so backwards. I think Hasan generally has a decent understanding of, well, actually, I'm not sure if I should say that. I don't know if that's true, for how like online content, everything works. The reason why drama is so captivating is drama is inherently interesting. Drama is inherently fascinating. That's why it's called drama. There's usually some human aspect or human element to it that you immediately relate to. That's why reality TV took over everything, because for low cost, no script writing, for basically nothing, you get incredibly captivating material that people will be roped into watching and obsessed with for almost nothing. Drama is like that's like the human condition.
Okay. And that's precisely the reason why people like randomly will bring up Ethan, which I think is like not only unproductive, but stupid as fuck. Like, I don't give a shit. You know?
Also, you can't really speak negatively about parasocial or anything when you're a streamer, dog. We're live for like 7, 8, 9 hours a day. Like, what do you think? Of course, people are building you into their schedule more than any other type of content that's ever existed in the history of all of mankind.
Anyway. Ethan's so fucking woke on certain issues that he did things that I wouldn't have done, like deleting the Jordan Peterson videos, unless he like felt embarrassed by it, which is a different thing. But and
he can't be that dense, tell me please. He can't possibly blame everyone but himself for leftovers falling apart. Even after Ethan said explicitly that his son's community is toxic as fuck, he still blames brigading. I don't know what he thinks truly in his own mind. I'm not personal friends with him or anything, so I can't say. And I don't watch enough of his stuff to know like how much is true versus how much he has to put on for the audience. But I know that public facing, he could never admit that it was his fault. Of course not. That would be like it would be one of the biggest walkbacks ever. It would require so much. He's not a big enough person for that, ever.